give you a quick walkthrough for the Traeger Ironwood. This is the smaller version, the regular Ironwood. There's also an Ironwood XL that has a lot larger capacity. Pretty much the same features. One of the new features that Traeger has is this new computer and a touchscreen color screen for you to go through. Everything can work through here. You'll set your temperatures, do everything from there, which will also connect to your app via the WiFIRE. You can also change all your settings there. You can see it's touchscreen. Have a nice 40-pound hopper. I've already put it together and got some pellets in there ready to go for some ribs here in a minute. You can see you have the pellet sensor right here. They've come a long way since the original sensor that I did actually review way back in the day that you had to add to your grill. And this will let you on your app or on the front of the screen figure out how much pellets you have and let you not run out. The casters are nice. You have front locking casters, nice rear wheels, shelf on the bottom. If you can see that little groove right there, Traeger has a pellet hopper, like a little box that slides in there and will fit. I don't have one yet, but I'm sure I'll end up with a few. And then right here, you have the power button, and this little guy here, as you can see what it did, that'll let you pour your pellets out into that little box and switch flavors. Nice tall lid. Everything top quality as expected. One thing I really like is this new pop and lock PAL grill accessory rack. It goes almost all the way around. And you can see we got a front shelf, which is part of it. You can see how it works. It kind of fits right on top of there and then screws down. And they've got a ton of accessories, tool holders and things for to hold your foil, anything you can think of, little boxes. They got all kinds of stuff along there. Again, that's something later I'm sure I'm going to get into. And you can see you can fit it all the way around. Nice big shelf over here. This does come off, and as you've probably seen or heard, some of the new Traegers come with a burner over there. This one does not, but there is a plug there, which I assume is going to be something that you're going to be able to add on later. It's an induction cooker, which will be really nice. You can see it's a little bit different than the shape of their earlier grills. It's a little taller. Open up here, it's nice and heavy. One thing I really like is it's got a seal around it to keep the heat in. And they've completely redone how they do the inside and how you catch the grease, and I'll show you that in just a second. But you have a top rack here. The top rack usually I just get rid of, but this one has different levels of height. Very nice. It's got, since it's taller, you got more usable space there. The regular Ironwood has 2 of these grill tops, and these are enamelized. If you get the XL, it has 4, so it's basically double. Okay, I've already done a burn in here, that's why it's colored. And then you can see your little plate right there. And then everything will drape down into here. And there's a hole there. Let's lift this off real quick. Easy to take apart and clean. There's your heat dispenser there. Your fire box is right under here. And then all of the heat comes through there. That comes right off. And there you go. You can see your burn pot right there. It's a little different than most I've used. And then this is where all of your grease and your excess ash will go. And you can see even, yes, you're gonna have to come in and still vacuum out this every now and then, but it's gonna be a lot cleaner for a lot longer. As you can see, I just got some extra there and I just pushed it on in there, and I'll show you how that works in just a minute. Okay, that's it. That's real easy to take apart and clean, which is always a pain, but something you need to do in order to keep your grill working good and avoid fires and flare-ups, anything like that. And we'll just put this back together real quick. You can see how fast it goes apart and back together. And like I said, I usually don't use this top rack in most grills, but this one is big enough, I think, to hold, you know, a rack of ribs or a small brisket or something, and kind of double my space there. And also I can raise and lower it. I love the new height of the lid there. Also, there's not a smokestack. The smoke comes out right through there, and that's adjustable. So that's going to be a really nice little feature there. And then one of the best things I like, because using a pellet grill can often be a little messy, is there you go. You got your pot right underneath. Like I showed you, I brushed the ashes right into there. That is also where your grease is going to go. And once it fills up, you'll just take your little foil basket out, throw it away, snap it back in. No more swinging around on the side of your pit, spilling out all over. It's going to fit this little button right here. And you just slide it back up in there. All right, trying to do this while I'm holding the camera. There you go. Snaps right into place. That is fantastic. That is probably my favorite feature of this grill. But as you can see, there's a lot of features here, and I'm going to get it started here in a little bit, and we'll take a look at it while we do some ribs. To start these ribs, I'm going to let it just start up and smoke a little bit. You change the temperature, as you can see right here. You can also choose what you want it to do. I'm just going to put it on the heavy smoke right now. Tap that. There you go. Push the button. Press and hold here. You can see it's starting to set. Igniting. All right, now you just let it go. And then you'll wait till it gets to temperature, and then you'll be ready to roll. And we'll come back with some ribs here and see how they look. All right, we are coming up to heat here, and we are starting to get some good smoke. I got some ribs here, just some plain spare ribs. And I used the Traeger pork rub. And you can see that's a big old rack of ribs that's going to fit well on there. Get that started. Also, another feature I didn't show you earlier is this light comes on when you open your grill. It's a pretty neat little nifty feature there where you don't have to add another light on the side or anything. But we'll let these things sit in the smoke now, and we'll see what happens.